Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. If you are just joining and you're just coming across my videos, no problem. If you like the content so far, remember to give the videos a thumbs up, comment under the videos, and of course subscribe. Become a part of my family here and join me on my journey. Now, in today's video, I will be sharing about apartments in China. So what I aim to do, as I've mentioned, is to give you as much information so you can make informed decision. Now, I will be showing you various apartments. Now, I have apartments that look probably worse than the ones that I'll share, or even better. Now, these are just to give you an idea. Of course, I cannot share all the apartments there are and all the environment within which they are, but just to give you an idea. So I hope you appreciate this video, and of course I'll try as best to balance your perspective and aid you in making an informed decision. So very important to note is when you're coming to China, they do their renting system in such a way where you pay 3 months rent. So you pay rent every 3 months. Now, if it's a case where your employer is giving you accommodation, then kudos to you. If it's a case where they are paying you in terms of your apartment allowance, then it's gonna be a case possibly where you have to take a loan from them, or they will proactively pay the 3 months in advance. But what I widely know is that you probably have to take a loan or you use your remaining money. All right, I think I would have mentioned something like this in a previous video, but seeing this is all about apartments, so let me tell you all the teas. I'm gonna get all of the tea about apartment. So yes, you pay it every 3 months. Most employers, however, want to pay you the apartment allowance, if they're giving you the allowance, every month, right? Even though they know that is every 3 month apartment rent are paid. So usually you have to get a realtor or an agent that assists you in finding the apartment if it's a case where you are actually going to be getting an apartment because the school is giving you an apartment allowance. Usually when you get this person, of course there is a fee, an agent fee. In some places the agent fee is equivalent to, still not straight. So yes, in some places the agent fee is equivalent to 1 month's rent. In other places, the agent fee is a little less than 1 month's rent. So for example, your month's rent is 1500 RMB or yuan, which is the Chinese currency, or CNY, right? So what you find, if you got an agent, some agent you'd have to pay 1500 to them. You'd have to pay a 3 months rent, and of course, importantly, a deposit. So that's how it is done. If you got your apartment through an agent, you have to pay agent fee, and this agent fee can be the equivalent of your rent. For example, if it's 1500 and this is in Chinese currency, 1500 yuan, then you pay the agent 1500. Then if it's 1500, you pay the 3 months rent, 1500, and then the deposit, of course, is another 1500. So in other words, you pay 5 times. All right, so with that said, you get a pretty I hope you have gotten a vivid idea, or you're following me so far. All right, so good thing. So if you're getting an agent, all right, so it's very good that the school lays you on with someone. Usually they have agents that they know. All right, so in speaking with that agent, right, if you are using the WeChat app, sometimes there's an app that they have the apartment pictures on and all of that. No, side note, or should I say, very important, when you see these pictures, please to ensure that you request an updated video from that agent. For example, you saw the pictures and you like what you see. You said, okay, I like this, but I want to see a video of the entire environment of the apartment. Why you would do this? You might be wondering why. Because sometimes a lot of agents or these systems that they use or applications on the WeChat, they have outdated pictures, right? And if you don't request a video, if you're not going to physically, so yes, importantly, if it's a case that you're not going to visit physically that province or that city, for example, you're somewhere far but you're changing employment, or even if you're in Jamaica, and of course you need to ensure when you come here, you know, you can whatever. So you want to ensure that you request of them to do an updated video, or go the next day after you have viewed it and decide that you like that one, or go the same day or the next day to do a video showing you the entire space. When you do this, then you can now know if what was on the pictures were actually, you know, updated pictures of the apartment and how it currently look. So that's one thing you can do, because a lot will cheat you, you know, people will cheat you in that way. So one thing to note, if it's a case, for example, you know, you're coming or you're changing city, you have found the apartment you like through that agent, you can pay your deposit until you have, you know, you come in the city and you take over your space, then you pay the 3 months rent and the agent fee. No, oftentimes the deposit won't be, for example, you have found another agent who find you a cheaper apartment. Oftentimes that deposit would not be returned to you unless it's special circumstances, and if the landlord is kind enough, they would return that deposit, but usually it's not returned. I think there's some policy regarding that. All right, so that's if you're getting your own apartment. Now in the event, no, this is just something I want to caution you on. In the event you are getting your apartment through your school, a little heads up, I would have had experience with that. You can cautiously try it. I mean, so many persons have not had issues, so many persons have had issues, but what I have found is that employers will provide accommodation. Say for example, you are leaving the job, in terms of you would have given your proper notice and you are breaking the contract and you would have given the correct notice. You know, sometimes some can be very vindictive and spiteful and run you out of the apartment and stuff like that. These things happen. I'm not saying it's everywhere here, but you want to be mindful of that. So I've had the experience where I was going to leave a job, I would have given my notice. All right, so the employer begged me to stay, I stayed. And by the next month, it was an apartment issue with the employer, where she was actually in that city. So this is a bit of a story time. So when I had that employment, right, I would have changed 2 apartments already. I was in the second one. However, this time a discussion was not had with me as to whether I want to leave the space, right? But because she was cutting cost, and they do this because they're gonna do what's in their best interest. Have you ever heard the saying that says, you know, the business will take care of the business, so you have to take care of yourself, something to that effect? So she was cutting cost. Remember, you know, you have displaced this person a couple times. I had to move a couple times. All right, so in the second apartment, she was cutting cost, and she didn't ask me, she didn't have a conversation with me. How it was done wasn't very good, in my opinion. So it's the supervisor who said, the boss says, the name of the boss she mentioned, and the boss says, you're gonna have to move in 2 weeks time. So I said, what are you talking about? Nobody had a conversation with me, because listen, I'm not in college, I'm not living a dorm life, so I don't expect certain things. So she was like, yeah, you have to move. So of course I voiced my concern, and I'm very vocal. So I realized a couple days after, she's still trying to give me the key. Yes, you're gonna have to move. And where they wanted me to move, I already know how that apartment looks and the problems there, because a friend of mine was staying there. I said, no, I am not moving there. I am not moving there because this and that isn't working. And I pointed out what wasn't working. I had to get real upset, can I say? And that's how our relationship came to that point. So I said, listen, if you're not going to leave me in my apartment, give me my paper, let me find another job. I would have told you that I wanted to move on and you begged me to stay. So saying this and giving you that bit of a story to say that you have to be careful sometimes. Also, I've seen apartments where they are provided by employers and the space isn't sufficient. Either the space isn't sufficient or there aren't enough things that should be in the apartment for the comfort of a person there, right? And you have some employers, they don't want to fix the apartments, stuff like these. So things like these exist. However, the flip side of that also is that you don't have any problem, you live there and your employer is open to actually do the maintenance that they need. So I'm just sharing so you are aware of what the possibilities are and what can happen, and from my experience what I would have experienced. Anyways, let me see what else I need to mention before I show you some videos of our apartments to look. Now, it's very important to notice that some apartments will look different, of course. Some come with different appliances and different furnitures in there. So no, not every apartment looks the same in terms of these factors. And I suppose what I can say is, you see, because each apartment looks different and some come with some appliances as opposed to what others don't come with, sometimes this pushes you to actually go ahead and purchase like the tabletop stoves, because not everywhere in an apartment they have the built-in stove. So things like these, and these will have you spend money, and then you have these, so that's something to note. All right, thank you for listening to my I won't say rant. It was just me advising you, and remember, we're keeping it full 100 and giving you a balanced perspective, so you know what to expect if you do decide to come to this side of the world, and in this situation you know what to expect. So take a look at the apartments that I would have had the opportunity to see or live in, right? Take a look at them. All right, let's go. So this apartment is in Chengdu and it's 1500. So here you're seeing the kitchen space, very nice. There's a bonus room right out here. You can store things. All right, let's get back in the living room. You see how it's nice. Ensure you have ACs in the living room, guys. First bathroom, yes, looking nice and clean. And the first bedroom. Now this is a gated community. He's taking us right at the window so you can see other buildings. Yes, it's gated. Alright, and that's a little area you can make use of as well. Love the fact that there are places to put clothing items, so ensure your ACs are working in the living room. Yes, there are actually apartments where there are no ACs in the living room or it's not working. Here is the balcony where you wash and hang your clothes. That particular area they would have had to put in a hanging aspect. Second bedroom as well. Alright, so let's look at the second bathroom, and then we're gonna see the third bedroom. So it's 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, living room, kitchen, and wash area. This is apartment number 2. It's pretty nice as well. Here we're gonna take a look at the bathroom. It's pretty nice. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a look at the living room a bit. Yes, so it's pretty nice, pretty modern as well. You see the AC, the TV, very good. And you have the balcony right out there where the wash area is, where the washing machine is also. Alright, so you have cabinets too to store your stuff. It's really cozy here. Love the feel of it. And out that, as you can see through the window, you know, there is part to hang clothes. So let's take a look at the rooms. Alright, so this one I think is one bedroom. Yes, this one is one bedroom. And this is in Suzhou. This is the outskirts of Suzhou. If I recall correctly, this apartment was 2,500. This is like a mini gym, a workout room. So it's one bedroom, a workout room. So I call it roughly 2 bedroom, but no bed in the second one. It's a workout room. Alright, let's look at the kitchen. I love the fact that there are cabinets, space. It's pretty nice as well. So there you have it, guys. Suzhou, 2,500. Alright, this is apartment number 3. It's a bit smaller. Here is a cabin space where you can store your shoes or anything. Right, as you can see, the tiling is so different, but this is the little kitchen area, and basically there is no separation of a kitchen room it's basically joined, and that is the living space and living room space. So this is the bathroom. As you can see, the previous occupants left over some stuff that are still there. So this is the bed, TV, and this is the living room / bedroom area, all in one. That's the balcony. This is a small room, you know, that serves as a storage. I wouldn't sleep in there because it's not ventilated. There's no window. Yeah, so it's good for storing. So let's look at the balcony. Out here, the weirdest thing, they store their fridge on the balcony. That's weird as hell. But I love the storage space and that curtain area, you know. Love it, love it, love it. But this is basically the space: 1 bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, balcony, small room for storage. So just to add, so when I came here for the first time, my apartment wasn't an ideal one, right? It wasn't ideal in my opinion because I didn't have a kitchen in my apartment space itself. It was almost like a dorm vibe. We had college and, you know, so everybody share a common area. I didn't particularly like that because I'm not a child and I don't come here to live a dorm life. But inside the apartment, my space was very comfortable. It was very small though, and like I would have mentioned, that employee was just cheap. So if some of the employees are being cheap, you can know, because the housing that they'll choose and sometimes the spot that they'll choose it. So that was a 1 bedroom apartment. So as you walk in, basically that was it, literally. You open the front door, you walk in. I'll try to see if I can find a video or pictures to show you what I'm referring to. If you don't see a video or picture, it means that I haven't found any. But as you walk in through the front door, that's it for your apartment. You're basically walking in the room, and then you know you just have a bathroom. So the good thing, I had my fridge in the room too, so it was just like almost a quad vibe. If you are familiar with that as Jamaican, or just a 1 room with just bathroom and a little kitchen. Well, there wasn't any kitchen in this one. I've had the pleasure of seeing another one where the fridge was just tiny. Call it said, you can call it that. That particular fridge is not a fridge, it was a cooler. Yes. So you'll see various apartments and what space your employer wants to provide you with. It's funny sometimes when you look at it. Thus far to this part of the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for so many more videos.